Hello audience, it's me, Axel. I once more return to my very much dead as shit channel, and we'll be doing content fairly different now. But that's not important. And today, you'll be watching me play a video game, that's right, called Abyssal Somewhere, as you can see on the title. Got it on itch.io, I'll link down below. Now to attempt to give a short descriptor of the game, I think I'd like to call it a philosophical game? Metaphoric, perhaps? I'm not sure. I just play video games. I'm a video game boy. Booting into the game now, and I'm instantly blinded, it seems. Wonderful. We spawn into a dark-as-balls room with some spooky, vague text. It's dead. It's somewhere strange. It wakes up. A dream. Also, two big-ass glowing concrete gear things. Not sure what they're about. Perhaps I'll check them out, or I immediately turn away from the obvious path and smash into an iron gate, which does just not at all open for me. Wow, I really am the height of intellect, aren't I? Anyways, after trying to open a gate that evidently says I don't open in it, I go to investigate the giant concrete slabs, make some funny comments or whatever, and also completely miss the path I was supposed to take, and proceed to wander around like a complete fucking idiot. Thankfully, I eventually grew a brain cell, and I figured it out. We enter a creepy corridor-looking area with a bunch of statues with faces, looking kind of like comedy masks. I also see a rusty gate, and we all know what I gotta do with rusty gates. So I go over there and I read some barely decipherable text on the gate apparently. But let's read that shit, shall we? One cannot tell if this is shrine, cell, or catacomb. Evenly spread, the stillness goes all the way through the depths. We do love some vague, ominous text in this household. Hopefully that doesn't, I don't know, tell a story, because oh god, I'm bad at analysis. But I turn around and continue further into the darkness, enjoying the sights of creepy decor and concrete brutalism. Just like walking through one of those Polish cities that are a little bit ominous and dark. Well, until one of the statues have something to say to me at least. Let's read, shall we? This figure of stone has a crooked waist. Whatever is inside lost its will to get out. After a little bit more, you guessed it, walking, we come across some of the loudest doors known to man. In fact, have a listen. Don't enjoy it. Further on, we find a very cool looking harpoon of mystical origins, it seems, and of course, like any reasonable gamer, I take it. However, Game Me seems to briefly lose most of his mental capacity, reducing himself to a slobbering mess. Which is fascinating. A harpoon is lodged into the stone. It is sharp We then enter a room filled with a dark, liquid substance, and I swear I can hear Eminem singing somewhere in the deep. Anyways, after that is another fucking concrete corridor. This time with some stairs. The game is very consistent with its style of architecture. After a not particularly long walk, I encounter a corpse, and oh, the game forces my perspective. Something it never does again, mind you. I don't know why it does this. Anyway, after freeing the body from the tangled mess of wires and shit, it drops a stone tablet with some backstory text. A stone scripture. It tells of how it rained, and how they were sorry, and of weeping, and to please stop the water. Sorry to whom? Afterwards, we drop down a hole and also find the second deepest hole in the world. Sex joke. Anyways, literally the most important part of that room. I walk into another room, and it appears that I've entered a Minecrafter dropper map. Nothing to do except fall. After dropping down and hitting that sweet water bucket clutch, we come into a surprisingly large room. Oh, we also gain the ability to fucking murder people. But, alas, no one to kill. We do look pretty graceful though while swinging. Oh hey look! Potential victim. Although, let's give him the grace of a couple of last words, shall we? Oh well, I didn't actually intend to kill that guy, but oh well, might as well get the rest, I suppose. In the middle of my killing spree, I encountered these guys. They look pretty much the same as the other static guys I've been killing. Well, except these guys seem pretty chill. They haven't done anything. Anyways, so after that, we end up at a highway, which in turn beckons us further down. Like anything else in this game. So, you know, down to the abyss somewhere. Thanks for the vine boom for my title drop, Pixel. And after yet even more walking, well, at least it is in the corridor this time. At the end, we find some sort of weird, not sure, barrier. I don't actually know. You can give me your best guess on whatever the fuck this is. Well, at least it's pretty obvious where we have to go next. So let's drop down the souls of the damned, shall we? And we emerge to the same circular corridor from the beginning. From below the gates emerged unstoppable giants. Headless and of stone, they came on their own free will. Yet no one really knew why, and those who could took the harpoon and waited. Oh no, guys, look ahead. There it lies, the cruel gate of bleeding ears. Oh no! Anyways, after losing my hearing, we find some of those mystical spear-holding dudes, and also a door I cannot enter. Uses my fucking door. We continue down the corridor, walking that lonely road, and then randomly, the entire complex starts shaking, thereby making me brown my pants fully. And what's worse, a little later, I meet the headless body of Satan, who, upon contact with my digital vessel, gives me the nastiest salvia trip possible. The stone is slippery. Waves roar below. Well, it's raining. And sadly, I left my umbrella at the bottom of this biblical flood. Now, luckily for you, I won't subject you to the loud rain sounds this game has. At least not too much. Oh yeah, we're also back in the starting room again. Which I'm sure will never happen again. Hopefully. But we continue onwards. The game does give me the option to draw my sword, so there's evidently enemies. I haven't seen them yet, but I did notice some ripples in the water, so I guess I vaguely know where they are. I don't think I can hit them from there, though. I think you roughly know the drill by now. Nothing else really happens until I reach what I believe is our last location from before. And therein, my senses get attacked by shadow demons. But, you know, we continue forth in spite of the shadow dude's rapid approach. On the path, we also meet an ominous red statue guy who has ominous text. Oh. 16 whisperers whisper 16 words. They tell of holding all the blame, of their covered bodies, of being concealed into harsh concrete. Even though they speak and weep and feel sorry and lonely, but underwater it all seems gibberish. Is it meant for someone else? Anyways, after the red guy, we meet, oh, you know, an angel of God, as you do on a Thursday night. Hi, Pixel. The angel, despite being fairly chill, does, however, send me back to the fucking room again. Hello, concrete shape. Didn't miss you. At least there's something new here. One of those bridge binocular-looking things, which has a selfie of, presumably the angel guy. Anyways, let's go out in to the circular corridor like the last couple of times, shall we? And basically, immediately upon exiting, I spot an evil-ass glow to my right. So, obviously, we gotta go there first. There are inscriptions engraved on the iron. Many are occluded by rust, and most are unreadable. One on the doorframe you can read. Below was found, still intact, yet they were in fragments. They don't thinking of her, the soothing presence of the gate, and their watchfulness. They don't think nor realize. They make this anxious. It's an interesting text, poem, I think. But I've got about nil idea of what it means. Maybe someone smarter's already done a video on this game. I don't know. Anyway, now that that's done, let's turn around and go further in the other direction. We come upon one of those statues. Well, that we've seen all throughout the entire game, you know? Except they seem a little bit more talkative this time. Let's have a read. The face of a creature deprived of name. It barely shines. Well, that was interesting. Another interesting thing is this flesh tentacle thing hanging from the ceiling. Just thought I'd bring it up, you know, because it looks a little weird. And we meet another talkative statue. This guy has a little bit more to say than the last guy, so let's get into it. Cracking open a cold boys. What? I'm keeping that in. These are the bodies of the once watchers. They have been put under jagged rocks so that they may not go further. For theirs is the nature of stone, and the nature of life is not so. After that guy, I see something in the wall that looks like a rotten AC unit, and this AC looking thing gives me the prompt to turn it. So, like any good gamer, I of course listen to the text on my screen. After completing that action, a very bright light appears behind me. Missed the source of it though. However, like me, it also circles this cruel structure, and looks like one of those concrete-shaped things in the starting rooms. Right after that, another talkative statue. Still, the humans taught them of life, and they felt it was such the hardship, and they felt compassion. Further on, we find the ever noisy gate, but you know, opened, because I opened them. Anyways, past that, a standing statue. Rare sight indeed. He's also got something to say. When did all these guys start being so talkative? And why do I speak like that? The fuck? They taught the humans the secrets of heaven and earth. And in their compassion, they were humans. They were lost. And after some more walking, we eventually reach the Venom pool, and of course, we jump in. And after emerging, and or falling out of the pool, not sure, into a desert and deserted land, I'd surely return to my land of origin, Samaria. Anyways, let me get my reading glasses. This is the land of Kadigrara. It faced doom 6,000 years ago. Ironclad being, it has to be crossed to get to the underworld, and to heaven next. There one may ask life itself, why are you the only one alive? Yet another ominous text. At least this one seems to be more directed towards us. Assumedly, I don't know who else is an ironclad being here. Except maybe V1 from Ultra Kill. I do my usual fucking around a bit until I decide to go towards the obvious gates to the underworld, assumedly. But you know, some things just cannot go right, and the angel appears, perhaps to channel their inner Gabriel to beat my metal ass. The fight itself is pretty easy, you just gotta get to this guy and beat his ass. So we win, although the angel, or the world, can't really tell, didn't like that, and fucks with my screen. Oh, and now here's more text. Let's read. These are wastes. There are only remnants of ghosts here and beyond, and of beings of stone. What could anyone seek in these places? Yeah, cool text and all, but watch this shit. A character stands up against the angel and fucking parries it. I knew there was some V1 in you after all. The game flashes some strange symbols, which I'll go over later. Let's read some more since the game wants to talk. The mighty and stone alike were drowned. But death is so much more than cold. It's no fairy tale. Their cold, fossilized existence. And no one sees for them still like that. Under sands and under waters, and under regrets and under fears, and to wander and to wonder what it takes, where it takes to be the other. So I think I finished the fight. Don't know, since I can't see because of all the flashing images. But what I can see is there's more text. So let's read. Wastes, not by whim, it's how it came to be, that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Yet it walks, yet it is named. It is as. The game changes to a 2D side scroller. Pretty simple. Hopefully no platforming. Just kidding, you can see how much is left of the video. And it seems that our soul has escaped from the metal shell, or ironclad being, if it were. But we walk on, find that angel, I presume, is 2D this time, so can't quite tell. And the game name drops itself, and the next game from the creator, and then endgame. Yippee.